We mined out over 3 million blocks in the nether by hand. That's right, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, Michael23b here on the Cemetech Minecraft server, and today I want to catch you guys up on easily the biggest project we've ever worked on the server over the last several months. And first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to the server members who helped me with this project, including DrDnar, Banchor, and Dozensley. They have helped immensely with this project, helping mine out so much netherrack by hand. And yeah, so as you know, the last time I uploaded a Cemetech episode was all the way back in May, and around that same time is when we decided that we really needed a good gold farm on the server. Gold is really valuable for a lot of things like powered rails, golden apples, golden carrots, and you can also barter gold with piglins for some very useful items like soul speed 3, nether quartz, crying obsidian, spectral arrows, and more. Logically, the best place to build our gold farm would have been above the nether roof, since it is wide open up there and there's less spawnable spaces around, but the administrators didn't really want anyone building up there. So the decision was made to go below the nether roof and just mine out everything down there. That way no pigmen can spawn except in the farm. So the decision was made to mine out an entire perimeter, and since we have a world border on the server, we decided to do it in the far corner of our nether dimension. And we didn't use any TNT or automated mining methods of any kind, and that's mainly because the explosive damage was being automatically fixed by the Townie plugin. So since mobs can spawn up to 128 blocks from the player, we had to mine out everything at least 128 blocks from where our farm would be. And then we also wouldn't have to worry about anything spawning beyond the border, since no mobs spawn beyond the border. So this is what we started back in May. I did want a little bit of extra room to build the farm, so I actually expanded the border to 160 by 160, and eventually it actually became a 185 by 185 block area once the server updated to 119. So yeah, this is the start of our project. We started mining out the ceiling, everything up in the bedrock, and then we started mining out just layer by layer. DrDnar, Banchor, Dozensley, and I. And yeah, this is where we were back in May. And then by mid-June, we had successfully hand mined about half of the upper terrain, as you can see here, and we had started to remove some of the lava ocean down below. By the end of July, actually, another month, we were getting really close to finishing the removal of all the terrain up above, and on July 27th, I officially mined the last block above lava level. This was a really significant achievement, but we still had a lot more work to do. With so many ghast shooting at us, we disabled any ghast from spawning on the remaining terrain, using leaf blocks and slabs, and then continued working. After gathering several chests of sand and gravel, we continued removing the lava ocean by hand, just placing several blocks every night. And as you probably saw in the thumbnail, here we are on August 12th. We've got a significant portion of the terrain all mined out and the lava removed. So there was actually enough lava and terrain removed at this point to start building the gold farm. So this was in early August. So I decided to go with Nembon's gold farm design, and I followed a tutorial from Shulkercraft to build that. You'll see that linked in the description. And this farm features 19 optimized spawning platforms made of magma blocks, which allows only zombie pigmen to spawn, and they actually walk all the way to the middle in a very short amount of time, actually. So once I placed down all the turtle shells in the center column, any pigmen that did spawn up there would be attracted to the turtle shell, and then they'd fall down the drop chute, and then there they either die of fall damage or they're manually killed by the player. And then we have the collection system where all the gold nuggets and other drops are dispensed, and they all get stored down in the storage system below. So once again, this is a really good farm. I highly recommend, if you're wanting to build a gold farm, you do this design, and it's linked down in the description. It's also really good for XP. I actually got up to 256 XP at one point. But anyway, now that the farm was built, the task now was to finish clearing the terrain and place down the remaining sea lantern floor. I should mention that we had plenty of help from Greg Zastar's Guardian Farm, one of our other server members, who built a really good Guardian Farm. And then I also eventually built my own Guardian Farm, which greatly helped supply all the sea lanterns we need for the project. In total, we placed down over 27,000 sea lanterns. That's 429 stacks, which is truly, truly insane. But over the several months that it took to do this project, we were able to do it slowly but surely. And on the night of August 20th, we were finally down to the last chunk of terrain to mine in the initial 160 by 160 area. We had a really fun time here since it was the last chunk to mine. We had a big gathering, a big party. We had a big celebration at the end with some of the additional server members. And yeah, this is it. Enjoy. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and once again, thank you to all the server members who helped and supported us through this project. I couldn't have done it alone.